This is my friend Catherine's Rose Cottage, and today I want to share how my friend Monet and I transformed her roses into an ultra-nourishing, silky skin cream. I found this experience to be a beautiful reminder of how so many of the plants and flowers around us are just waiting for us to work with them to be nourished, healed, and transformed.
Several of them here, and these millionaires were being blackmailed for something, and Brenda Starr had to. I've got some pictures of myself over his eye. So funny, huh?
Look at that. Wow.
It starred Jill St. John, who was a famous actress in the 70s or 80s.
Does he use chicken feet?
Yes, it's like I had to research voodoo, this and that.
So first, a little background on my amazing friend, Catherine Deeter. Katherine is an artist who has created costumes for movie sets. She created these crazy masks. She's done book illustrations, botanical illustrations, sculptures, tons of product packaging. But her biggest creation is this 30-year in the making Rose Cottage. She has been putting her heart and soul into tending these beautiful roses, and there are now over 100 different varieties of roses here. While researching roses, it came as no surprise that according to metaphysical beliefs, roses are said to have the highest vibrational frequencies of any plant, even surpassing the frequency of all crystals. I felt extremely blessed that Catherine allowed my friend Monet and I to collect thousands of her roses to make Rose Hydrosol, which I've incorporated in my RosyGlow recipe to make RosyGlow. Here's how we crafted these luminous roses into an ultra-nourishing skin cream. The first step was to make the Rose Hydrosol. Rose Hydrosol is the flower's cellular water, which includes its antioxidants, its vitamins, its rose essential oil, and all the water-soluble constituents. This is what makes Rose Hydrosol uniquely nourishing for the skin. Unlike rose waters, Rose Hydrosol contains a broad spectrum of beneficial plant compounds. These compounds help soothe and calm irritated skin, and this makes Rose Hydrosol useful for conditions like acne, rosacea, and eczema. Rose Hydrosol also helps the skin maintain its natural moisture levels, leaving dry or mature skin more plump and supple. Amazingly, Rose Hydrosol also helps combat free radicals in the environment that can damage the skin, and by protecting the skin from these, it leads to a more youthful and radiant complexion. Rose Hydrosol has a bunch of other amazing benefits, but the most important one is it smells like roses. Now, because rose petals have very little water in them, we needed a lot of rose petals. So we started early in the morning when the roses are most fragrant and just starting to open, and we collected thousands of them. It was a long project to make just one batch of RosyGlow, but it was such a beautiful, magical day and just such a beautiful thing to craft. Once we had cleaned and sorted all the rose petals, it was time to steam distill them using a traditional alembic still. These beautiful copper contraptions have been used for centuries to extract essential oils and hydrosols from plants. They work on the principle of steam distillation, where steam passes through the plant material, carrying its compounds into a condenser. We packed the still with as many roses as we could fit in there, and then we sealed it in the traditional way with rye flour paste. We then added purified water to the boiler and heat to produce steam. As the steam rises, it passes through the rose petals, extracting their compounds. The steam and rose vapor then travel through the swan neck and into the condenser, where they cool and condense back into liquid form. The whole process took a long time, so Monet played her flute for the roses while we watched the sunset behind the oaks. Then finally the magic moment arrived, and we collected 2 precious products, Rose Hydrosol and Rose Essential Oil. The first and last few ounces of the Hydrosol are called the head and tail respectively, and we actually removed that from our Hydrosol as these contain less desirable compounds, and we only wanted the highest quality Hydrosol in our final product. The next step was to create a skin cream with the Rose Hydrosol. I used local beeswax, organic shea butter from a woman's-owned co-op, and golden jojoba oil from an organic co-op that I infused for 6 weeks with calendula grown at Goldie Farms. I then added the Rose Hydrosol and essential oils to make the RosyGlow. For more details on how I make the base for this recipe, I'll include a link to that video in the description. Finally, I packaged it all up in our signature eco-friendly packaging, and that's how we created the beautiful, luscious RosyGlow. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to experience the magic of Catherine's roses for yourself, I invite you to check out our Etsy shop. A link is in the description below. See you next time.